Good morning, students of class 10th. Yesterday we learned about sustainable development. I'm repeating a short note. Sustainable development is the development that meets the need of the present without compromising the ability of future generation to meet their own needs. So today we will learn need for the sustainable development. Why we need sustainable development. बच्चे अकॉर्डिंग टू इकोनॉमिक एंड सोशल अफेयर्स वन सेड इफ ऑल ऑफ द वर्ल्ड पीपल लिव लाइक पीपल इन द डेवलप्ड कंट्रीज टू then we would need 3 or 4 different globe to support the demand in terms of natural resources. So sustainability is the word for the whole world. The way it is currently with consumption and production and with the ever increasing population, the planet resources will not sustain unless something is done to change the way we treat our planet. I think you can understand what I am saying. Actually, why we need sustainable development? For this, we have to follow some points. Number 1, to curb or prevent the environmental degradation. Why we need sustainable development? To curb means to prevent the environmental degradation. Number 2, to ensure a safe human life, we need sustainable development. To check the exploitative technology and find alternative sources. To check over the exploitation and wastage of natural resources. To regenerate renewable energy resources. To ensure environmentally sustainable economic growth. So for all these we need sustainable development. You have to learn these points. Our next topic is dimensions of sustainable development. What are the dimensions of sustainable development? Environmental and development are not separate challenges बच्चे. Environment and development, they both are different words. They are not separate challenges. These problems cannot be treated separately by fragmented institutions and policies. They are linked in a complex system of cause and effect. बच्चा, the sustainable development requires simultaneous and balanced progress in 4 dimensions that are: number 1 is social, economic, environmental, and number 4 is political. Now look at the figure, the dimension of sustainable development. See, here is natural, economic, social and political dimensions are there. You can see in the social, people living together. Look at carefully. In social, people living together. If people will live together, what they want? Peace, shanti, equality and as well as human rights that they deserves. If we will talk about economic system, then we will talk about the jobs, income, salaries. But if we will talk about the natural things, environmental things, as living things, resources and life support system that we required. The fourth one is political. In politics, policies, decision making made by the government. So there are, at last we can say that, 4 dimensions of sustainable development. Number 1 is social. Bachche, this question is very important and maybe come in the board exam. So what are the 4 dimensions of sustainable development? Number 1 is social, economic, natural, or we can say environmental, and the last one is political. Now come to the point. The concept of sustainable development is based on the how much principle. At what principle? So for this we have to follow some points. Number 1, integration of environment and economic decisions. Stewardship or human as the caretaker of the environment. Shared responsibility, accountability and decision making. Prevention and mitigation. Conservation, water minimization, enhancement of productivity, capability, quality of nature and human life. Rehabilitation and reclamation. Scientific and technological innovation. These are the principles on which sustainable development is actually based on. So this was all about the sustainable development dimension. Tomorrow we will discuss about the pillar of sustainable development.